Hey there, folks. My name is Misadventurer, and welcome to the first episode of the Snowmantle playthrough. This is going to be a brand new series here on the channel, and my second attempt at the hardcore playthrough of Turtle WoW. Now, if you don't know what Turtle WoW is, or what a hardcore playthrough is, or what you're even looking at on the screen, I'd recommend reading the description where I have an explanation of all these things, or watching the very beginning of my first attempt at this playthrough idea, which was the Snubby playthrough. And you can find that on my channel pretty easily. The first 20 minutes of the first episode of the Snubby playthrough was a pretty long explanation of what the Turtle WoW server is, what its design and storytelling goals are, and what the hardcore challenge is. So check that out over there if you have any lingering questions at this point. But I'm going to proceed assuming everyone at this point knows what this all means. Now, a couple quick logistic notes about this new playthrough that I'm starting here with the Snowmantle playthrough. First of all, I'm experimenting with a new format for this playthrough. Essentially, the Snubby playthrough, I just uploaded the completely raw, unedited, that's such a hard word for me to say, unedited video files directly onto YouTube, and didn't take out any of the downtime or just periods of me running around doing crafting stuff that some people may not want to really watch. And so for the Snowmantle playthrough, and perhaps going forward, I'm going to be doing a new approach where the video that goes live, that goes to all my subscribers, what you're watching right now most likely, is the edited version, which will be within a 50 to 70 minute length. That is my goal for this series. And I'll be editing out all of the downtime, a lot of the traveling around, running around, some of the combat when there's nothing really interesting going on. I'll include all of the close calls, of course. I'll include all of the combat where there's interesting commentary or the combat's more interesting to watch. I'll include all of the quest interactions, so getting the quest dialogue, quest completions, boss fights, of course, any interesting player interactions, periods of my commentary that I think are important to explain what's going on or discussing progression. A lot of that stuff will still be included, and these are still going to be quite long videos for a series like this compared to many other channels. So the goal with editing these videos is to make them more accessible and to just respect people's time a little bit more, given that a lot of what will be in the raw footage would be something someone would just skip over anyways. The compromise I'm making, though, because I did start this whole thing with the Snubby playthrough where I didn't do any editing at all, is in the description of every Snowmantle playthrough video, I'll include a link to an unlisted video on my channel, which is that video's complete unedited version of that footage. So for example, in this video currently right now, episode 1 of the Snowmantle playthrough, you can, in the description down below, click a link to access the unlisted video, which is the same footage that is being used to create the edited video, but without any editing in its entirety form, in its raw entire form, on my channel in an unlisted capacity, just in case you really want to watch this same content in unedited form for whatever your reason might be. And there are many good reasons why you might like to watch content in that format. So I'm sort of doing this 2-for-1 situation here. Hopefully everyone finds all the options are good for what they want. And with that noted, let's proceed. Now, with this second attempt, I am taking a lot of my lessons I learned from the Snubby playthrough, and this time around I'm playing a class that I feel a bit more confident about for a challenge like this, especially in the early game, which is the Druid class. Druids, of course, are extremely good hybrid classes with a lot of tools available to them. They are nature magic and arcane magic users and shapeshifters, with access to transforming into a bear for higher health and armor, transforming into a great cat for better damage and access to some stealth abilities, transforming into a travel form to run around at a faster speed before you have a mount at a higher level, or one for faster water travel and underwater breathing, which is extremely useful, as well as with certain specialization access to a arcane form for better offensive magic, or a living treant form, tree of life form, for better healing magic. So lots of shape-shifting going on, lots of magic, nature magic and whatnot. I think that as a druid, our ability to solo the hardcore challenge should be as easy as, or maybe even easier than the hunter, especially early on, as I didn't have access to the hunter pet before level 10, which was the real downfall of the Snubby playthrough. Now I'm playing as a Tauren, just to kind of mix it up, and because I have an interesting character roleplay aesthetic idea for this character, which relates to the name Snowmantle. Because I've donated to the Turtle WoW development team, will soon have access to some unique skins for my transformation forms that all have a Arctic or kind of winter theming. For example, the bear skin of a polar bear and the water travel skin of a orca, stuff like that. And I thought, why not go for a Tauren with a kind of white color scheme, who has, as best I can with the Tauren race and classic, sort of a more cold weather looking appearance, who has these sort of winter skins. The Tauren are usually a race that live in pretty hot areas, so I thought, why not have a pretty unusual situation here with these winter skins on a Tauren that has kind of a wintry color scheme and name. So Snowmantle is the character I come up with, and I think this is just a fun little way to add a bit of character to this particular class setup. In terms of racial abilities, I'm going to open up the character creator just to show you. Tauren have some pretty good ones for sure. They have a Stomp ability, which gives us both a way to potentially get out of a bad situation and stun the enemies for a second to get away, and also we can include it in our rotation in melee combat, especially as the bear. I mean, we have to switch back to Tauren mode, but we can switch back while in bear form or cat form for some extra melee support from the Stomp to stun and give ourselves an opening. Extra health, obviously very good for a survival challenge like hardcore. Higher herbalism skill. I do plan to go herbalism and alchemy on this character, both to take advantage of the herbalism skill increase, and because I think as a caster, even if I'm shapeshifting into bear or cat form a lot, having access to mana potions I can make myself, given that I can't access trading or the auction house as a hardcore player, game-changing, absolutely game-changing, and I think a big necessity, given that I may end up relying on arcane spellcasting quite a bit early on especially. And resistance to nature damage, that's just a nice extra bonus, given that some difficult enemies do use nature damage, so good things altogether. With that noted, let's go ahead and get started here with the Snowmantle playthrough. One more thing to note as well is I have changed up my add-on setup for this playthrough. I've decided to stop using the voiceover add-on, which adds in the AI-generated voices. Those were honestly pretty funny and added a lot of character to the game, but one thing they did do was they highlighted where the Turtle WoW integrated quests were mixed in with the regular vanilla quests, as the Turtle WoW quests did not have voiceover support. And in a toss-up between having only the vanilla quests be voiced over or having none of the quests be voiced over at all so that the Turtle WoW quests blend in better with the vanilla quests, I'd actually rather go for the second option, and ultimately I think this is going to help the Turtle WoW content feel a bit more integrated and sort of seamlessly mixed in with the vanilla content. I'll do all the voice acting myself, so sorry in advance about that, but I think that this will be a bit more immersive, and I think will make the game feel a little bit less ridiculous, all things considered. I also have a new couple of UI-related add-ons, which I may take a bit of time at the start once I load in here to adjust. Fortunately, for the video's pacing, I will actually skip through, for the edited version, all of my UI setup, but if you want to watch all of that painstaking keybind setup stuff, you can, of course, watch the unlisted video in the description and go to that part of the video to see exactly what I get up to during that bit of UI setup. So, with all that noted, let's go ahead and get started here with the Snowmantle playthrough.
Once a nomadic people, the Tauren roamed the endless plains of the Barrens, hunting the mighty Kodum. Scattered across the land, the wandering tribes were united only by their common hatred for their sworn enemy, the marauding Centaur. Seeking aid against the Centaur, the great chieftain Cairn Bloodhoof befriended the savage orcs who had recently journeyed to Kalimdor. With the orcs' help, Cairn and his tribe were able to drive back the Centaur and claim the grasslands of Mulgore for their own. Upon the windswept mesa of Thunder Bluff, Cairn built a refuge for his people. Over time, the scattered tribes united under a single banner. Though the noble Tauren are peaceful in nature, the rites of the Great Hunt are venerated as the heart of their spiritual culture. As a tribesman of Mulgore, you must test your skills in the wild and prove yourself in the Great Hunt.
Alright, here we are in the game. and I have to now set up all of my user interface stuff, which will take like 20 to 30 minutes in all honesty. So if you're watching the unedited video, get braced for that, but if you're watching the edited video, which most of you probably are, I will see you in just a second. Alright, welcome back. That was a seamless transition. If you're watching the unedited video, you got to hear all of my wild commentary from the key binding setup session. But let me go over my interface really quick here. On the right-hand side, we've got the Hearthstone, which brings us back to here if we were to click it right now, so obviously not needing to click that at the minute. Food and water down here at the bottom, and once we get better food and water, we'll replace it. We will be going for all of the all of the secondary professions again: first aid, cooking, and fishing, to have the resources we need to keep the situation going. And in terms of our current abilities, let me go over in the spellbook. So we've got auto attack. Obviously, we don't need to have that on the bar. We'll just right click to do that as needed. In terms of racials, we've got cultivation, herbalism skill increased by 15 by default. Obviously, quite a strong bonus for any herbalist like we're planning to be. We're going to do alchemy herbalism. I don't know if I said that earlier, but we're going to do alchemy herbalism with Snowmantle. Then we've got endurance, total health increased by 5%. Actually, kind of a big deal, and something that will really help ensure that we've got as high as health as possible while in bear form. So good stuff. 10 extra nature resistance, which is obviously quite good. Then our passive dodge chance is 4%, which is pretty standard. And our racial War Stomp. Now, War Stomp is a 2-second stun up to 5 enemies within 8 yards. This doesn't really necessarily enable a fast getaway unless we use other speed boosting abilities like switching into cat form and dashing or something like that. What we can really use War Stomp for, though, is as it is a 2-minute cooldown, so we can't use it super often, but in intense melee situations, this gives us a pretty strong stun. It's an AoE self-stun as well, or a self-AoE stun as well, I should say. So this is pretty good, and we should definitely make use of this more often than not. I may forget to use it because I don't tend to use racial super often as part of my rotation, but in melee combat, we will definitely have to remember to use War Stomp in the appropriate situations to get a bit of a extra damage window in. That's basically 1 or 2 GCDs, global cooldowns, of melee fighting, so let's keep that in mind. And then in terms of our starting druid stuff, we've got Wrath rank 1, 20 mana, 30 yard range, 1.5 second cast, 12 to 14 nature damage. Pretty standard, and it's a little on the low side range-wise, but it works fine. And this is just the starting point for our offensive magic as a druid. On the restoration side, we've got Healing Touch, which is a pretty good 25 mana, 1.5 second cast, 40 yard range, although we're going to mostly be self-casting it. 37 to 51 healing, so at a full heal in terms of the rolls here, we're healing almost our entire health, although with our extra health we're actually quite a bit above that, so not the worst thing in the world, honestly. Right, that is the interface all noted. Let's go ahead and start the game here and talk to Groll Hawkwind. Greetings, Snowmantle, and welcome to Camp Narache. News of your arrival spread quickly among the tribe. You have a promising air about you and will prove yourself to the tribe. Perhaps someday soon you will be welcomed into the great city of Thunder Bluff. But before that can happen, you must prove yourself to my father, Chief Hawkwind. Up here on Red Cloud Mesa, we pride ourselves on keen hunting skills. Tauren hunt out of necessity and for sport. Our supply of meats has run low, and we require feathers for clothing. Hunt the nearby plain striders and prove yourself by resupplying the village. So, Groll Hawkwind in Camp Narache wants you to bring him 7 plain strider feathers and 7 pieces of plain strider meat. And of course, as a druid, we can wear leather armor at the highest throughout the game. So that is a good reward for us. Now, before we do anything else, let's go ahead and enable hardcore mode, and that'll put us into the hardcore only guild, still alive. So let's talk to the mysterious stranger to do just that. Another one. Very well. You seek to prove yourself to your people, no? To rise above all others as the strongest, no? To leave behind a legacy of courage and heroism, rather than to fade from history as yet another wanderer of no consequence, no? I have your attention, do I? I have just the offer for you, then. I will grant you the opportunity to become immortal, should you prevail over death in your journey for glory. However, if you die, you shall not return. Your soul shall be forever severed from your body. This offer I extend to you only here and now. There will be no second chance should you refuse my deal. So complete this quest to become mortal, In this mode, you can only have one life, and can only trade and group up with other mortal players. If you should die, you shall not return again. Customer service will not revive a fallen hero for any reason. Hardcore. Upon death, your spirit is lost to the twisting nether, unable to ever return to the mortal plane. What would misery, frustration, and pain bring you? Fame? Glory? Well then, have you decided, Druid? Do you have what it takes to become immortal? Once you start walking this path, you will not be able to abandon it. It will forever dominate your destiny. Only those who follow the same path will be of aid to you. No mail will ever bring you good news. No auction will take your money. Very well. Should you die, your soul will forever be mine. If you survive the trials ahead, we shall meet again one day. Alright, it is done. Snowmantle is now mortal. Let's not stand by this fire too closely, as that would now be quite bad. And we have another thing to do before we get started with the questing, and that is to go and sell our staff, which I assure you is very necessary to do here. Also, we lost our starting food and water, which I actually didn't notice until just now, but that's fine. I'm going to sell my staff to make 9 copper, which I actually need for another thing I need to do here at the start, which is to go over to the Glyph Master, and if you watch the Snubby playthrough, you remember this part as well from that one. Greetings, I sell glyphs to those who seek new challenges. What are you looking for? So let's talk about the 2 glyphs I want to get. I'm not going to get the Glyph of War because I'm not crazy, but the Glyph of the Turtle and the Glyph of Exhaustion. The Glyph of Exhaustion is tailored to those whose love of adventure outweighs their desire to acquire power. Experience gains from creatures outside of dungeons will be reduced to 50% of normal, but for your patience and diligence, you will be rewarded every 10 levels with wonderful treasures. You will lose 5% of your current level's experience upon death, except in battlegrounds. This glyph can only be activated at level 1. And then, the other one is the Glyph of Exhaustion. This glyph is tailored to those who find the arduous journey more rewarding without stopping to rest. You will never again accumulate rested experience, but in exchange, you will master your weapon skills twice as fast. What's wrong? You don't see how this could be useful? Well, there's a rumor that those who reach the end of their journey exhausted and weary are those truly deserving of their achievement. And again, it's just a rumor. So yeah, so we're going to buy, these both cost 5 copper, and activate both of those glyphs. Ooh, you know what? Let me sell some more things off my back to get the other one. Whoops. I didn't calculate that very well. What can I sell? My pants, which are technically... I'm covered up in my robe, so this is not technically as scandalous as it seems. Losing a bit of armor, but we need to get the other glyph going ASAP, so making some hard sacrifices already for the sake of the challenge. Alright, let us buy the Glyph of the Turtle and get that going. And then we're not going to be doing the Glyph of War, which turns on PvP permanently. We get extra experience from being in PvP mode, but I don't really think... Like, I'm already reducing my experience gain, so I don't really feel like it's necessary to regain experience gain. Given the extra Turtle WoW content integrated in to the server, there's so many more quests kind of mixed around everywhere, so without any XP reduction, the fear of overleveling, which Classic WoW normally doesn't have, kind of becomes an issue again. Retail WoW it's like impossible to not overlevel in Retail WoW, but in regular Classic WoW, you almost never overlevel. But with the extra quests and whatnot added in, the threat of overleveling at least concerns me. Overleveling concerns me at least. So we're going to be proceeding with these glyphs in effect, and we're going to turn them on now. Glyph of Exhaustion and Glyph of the Turtle. I'll show you exactly what these do as well. Slow and Steady is from the Glyph of the Turtle, gaining 50% fewer experience points from defeating enemies. Lose 5% accumulated upon death, which won't matter because if we die, the character is over, so that's that. And then Exhaustion. And let's remember that for Slow and Steady, the trade-off is that we get every 10 levels a care package from the game, basically. We get some items and whatnot. And for Exhaustion, we get extra weapon XP, which isn't as useful as a Druid, but you never know. It might be handy. Let's also go ahead and check out the rest of the camp. Maybe encountering some more quests for ourselves with Chief Hawkwind. A humble task. All members of the tribe share in the harmony of life. We live together and work together. Our commitment to one another carries with it a high degree of responsibility. I ask of you now a humble task. My mother set out this morning to fetch water from the well to the southeast of Narashe. It has been quite some time now. Perhaps you could check on her for me while I attend to tribal matters here. So Chief Hawkwind wants you to search for his mother near the water well to the southeast of Camp Narashe.
Be careful.
We will do just that. And once we hit level 2, by the way, we can get our first bit of druid spells, but for now, we're stoked with what we have. So let's go ahead and get to it. We can't track all of our quests, unfortunately, but we can track this quest at least. You'll never guess where we're going to get these items from. If you guessed Plain Striders, you guessed correctly. So let's go ahead and get started with some combat here. As you can see, by the way, with the UI mods that I have, my things are very deep red when I'm out of range, and then once I'm in range, they become regular color. So it's a bit overkill, but it will be very easy to keep track visually of which of my things are within range or not. So a nice change from having to squint when I was playing the Snubby campaign, or the Snubby playthrough, I should say. So let's get to it. That was Healing Touch, not Wrath, so immediately making goofy mistakes. Love that for me. Alright, let's use our actual offensive spell here. Also, the cast bar is up here now. And I just like the way this looks a bit better. I don't know if I can move it or not. I will investigate that in just a second here. Not sure if I can move it or not. Whatever the case, it is fine where it is. I also have to keep my eyes up on the left-hand side for casting following. Also, this is being tracked twice, so let's fix that. Alright, go to full range and get to Wrath. That is Healing Touch.
I need more mana.
Alright, perfect. Let us go and return this quest. I do find Mulgore pretty relaxing, so I'm excited to quest in this zone on Snowmantle. And just to generally, I don't play Tauren super often, so I'm just excited to be going full cow. You know, I'm not following Bart Simpson's sage advice. I am having a cow. That is the nature of this playthrough, to be sure. Let's see here. Providing meat and feathers for the tribe is the first step in proving yourself as a hunter before the chief. The Tauren of Narashe thank you, Snowmantle. You show much promise. Alright. Good stuff. Let's throw these, this belt on. Very good. The hunt continues. A Tauren skilled in the ways of the hunt know that his prey is not for mere trophy. The beasts of the plain provide us with the means for survival. You will make quite an impression on the elders if you can bring back some highly valued mountain cougar pelts. You can find the beasts lurking in the hills to the south. Our children need clothing, and our tents need mending. So we need to bring him 10 mountain cougar pelts for some bracers. Sounds perfect. And verdant note. Just a moment ago, a messenger was looking for you, Snowmantle. I believe she was sent by the druid trainer, Gart. If this note is from Gart, I wouldn't take long in reading its contents. Or to read the verdant note and speak to Gart, Mistrunner, in Camp Narashe. The spirits came to me in my dreams last night. They told me of your coming, and that it would be my task to aid you. We have much to go over in our short time together. Discussions about nature, the spirits, the Earth Mother, and even the Night Elves. But I will save the lesson for your arrival, and I will do all that is my power to ensure that you are ready for the trials ahead. May wisdom guide you. I will be waiting. Gart Mistrunner, Druid Trainer. Alright. Let us, before we go to him, do the other quest first, so that we can get to level 2, and buy our level 2 Druid abilities. Right, so let's head on down to the well, and look for that guy's mom. He's, figure out exactly what's going on. Alright. That guy's mom has been spotted. Let's go talk to her. Great Mother Hawkwind. You traveled all the way just to help an old woman. My, aren't you a keeper? Level 2. I have traveled many paths through life, and these old legs lack the vigor they once had. I can still perform my duties to the tribe. Sometimes it just takes an old woman a little longer to do the task. But you look like an eager druid. Let's put you let's put... Oh my gosh. Let's put some of that youthful vitality to the test. Take a water pitcher from the well and bring it to my son, the chief, in Camp Narache. Remember that even the most humble task can gain the recognition of elders. Alright, take a water pitcher from the water well, return the pitcher to Camp Hawkwind, or to Chief Hawkwind in Camp Narache. Alright, let's do just that. Pick it up after a 5-second wait. Okay, back we go. Yeah, I picked a pretty good zone to play in with this new editing style, where I'm cutting out the downtime of just running around, because there's a lot of just running around in Mulgore. If you think this starting section down here is huge, just you wait. The whole zone is like this. It's just a giant valley. Okay, made it back to the camp. Let's go and talk to the Druid trainer and see what he had to say about us, and also learn some new spells as well. Snowmantle, how may I further your training in the eyes of the Earth Mother? You have arrived. This is good. Our ancestors' spirits have become restless throughout Mulgore and beyond, but I cannot tell why. It will forever be your duty to learn to listen to nature's spirits and act as their avatar. Be mindful of that. Though we share a common bond, do not expect much welcome from the Night Elves. Their pride still limits their sight, but that is none of our concern. The teachings of the Earth Mother are all you must concern yourself with, and I will teach you what I know as you grow in wisdom. Return to me often, Snowmantle. You will find that the Earth Mother grants incredible abilities to those who are most dedicated. Alright. And we should be able to... I seek further druidic training to have a closer understanding of the Earth Mother as well. Hey, some lore-appropriate text here. Mark the Wild, rank 1. Alright, that's a good start. Friendly targets armor by 25 for 30 minutes. Let's go for that. Yeah, the rest is a higher level. Okay. Let's throw that on the keybind bar somewhere. This can probably go up here. Let me actually put it here. Well, I'll put it here for now. Oh, I'll put it up here. There we go, I'll put it there. Alright, let's go talk. Let's not forget about this either. Let's go talk to Chief Hawkwind and see what he has to say about the water well thing.
What brings
You look as though you have returned from the plains. Do you have any word from Great Mother Hawkwind? You carry this pitcher back at the Great Mother's bidding, I see. Your willingness to help others and provide for the Tauren of Camp Narache lead me to believe you would make the tribe proud in Thunderbluff someday. Writes the Earth Mother, Your willingness to perform a humble task for the Tauren of Narache and your eagerness to learn our noble traits, Snowmantle, I believe one day you will be heralded in Thunderbluff as a druid of greatness. Before that, you must embark on the rites of the Earth Mother, of which there are 3. The first test is the Rite of Strength. Travel to Seer Grey Tongue and tell him Chief Hawkwind has sent you. You'll find the Seer's abode directly to the south of Camp Narache, tucked away in the hills.
walk with the earth?
Alright, so before we do that, let's do the Mountain Cougar quest. And, let's see here, how much money do we have? 81, about to be 86. Let's sell this to this guy over here. Alright, so we can use one-handed maces and... Actually, I can just look at my character thing to see this. Yeah, maces, staves, and unarmed. And pretty sure staves will be better for us. Generally speaking, we're going to have like better stats for us, so I probably should save up my money for a short staff. I don't know if I get any staves from quests, but I'm not super confident. I don't remember, honestly, so it might be worth saving up. But honestly, I think we're okay at the minute without needing it for melee. We do a lot of damage with our spells, so I think we might be okay. But I will keep that in mind. If I am finishing Camp Narache and I still haven't gotten any quests that give me a weapon as a reward, I might consider buying a stave, just to be safe. But we'll see what ends up having to happen. Okay, so the Mountain Cougars are, I believe, just south of here, right? The hills to the south. I think they're just all around the mountainside by the south. Let's go looking for them. There's one here. Let's get into range and get to casting.
My mana is low.
no pelt from that guy, apparently. That's fine. We will wait for my mana to recover.
It's too far away.
Alright, here we go.
I need more mana. I need more mana. I need more mana.
I don't have a great indication with this UI when my mana is out and I can't use it for a spell. So I'm going to see if I can tweak that in a minute here. In fact, let me see if I can tweak that right now. This one? Let me just cast healing to get to low mana to see if that fixed it.
My mana is low.
Did not fix it, okay. Alright, we're back. I fixed the problem. It was a conflict with one of the components for ZUI, and it was a weird fix, but it was the ZUI range component. I disabled it so that it doesn't conflict with my other range mod. Bizarre, but I fixed it, so all is well in the world. Now we can resume playing. Alright. Now I can see my mana get low instantly, much more easily, which doesn't fill me with confidence, but at least it helps me understand what's going on better. Also, why is this particular mountain cougar like the boss of the world? So much power. Alright. Also, okay, sorry folks, I'm wading back into the Zooey UI for just a sec here. Oh man, I wish I could just modify it. I don't, okay, it's fine, I just need to get used to it. The way the loot opens up at my mouse, I like the I like the loot UI, but I don't really love it opening at my mouse, because I need to get used to it. Let's just, okay, you know what, actually, yeah. I'm going to disable it. Where is it? Loot. Alright. I'm just going to have the regular loot system. It's fine. It's fine. A little bit slower, but I feel like I'm disoriented by the loot popping up less. Let's see, my mana, like, my starting intelligence and mana as a Tauren is brutal. I need some intelligence gear ASAP. But we'll see what we can do about that. Hey, look at that dodge. Keep punching this cat. Here we go. 2 of 10 pelts. Alright, that's a good start. The 50% creature XP is going to be brutal, but at least the low drop rates of Classic now have a side effect of grinding for drops, giving us the XP we desperately need to stay at the level we need to be at. Oh my gosh, I have so many copies of the quest being displayed. What is this? Something, yeah, hold on. More Zooey shenanigans at work, I think. Something is off here. Something quest track related. I don't know which of these is the one that affects quest tracking. I wish there was just some documentation. Maybe the README has something, but maybe Troubleseeker? Is that the one? I'm gonna try and see if that has fixed it. Let me actually go return the mountain cougar pelt to get the armor, because I think that could actually, like, you know, possibly save our life having more armor. So let's actually take the time to go back and turn this quest in, and then we'll go and start the work with that guy. So. Yeah, back we go. Alright, here we are. If you can provide pelts for the tribe, I will pass word along to my father, Chief Hawkwind, of your glorious deeds. The Tauren of Narashe thank you for these provisions, Snowmantle. With your skill in the ways of the hunt, you will surely be revered in Thunderbluff someday. Alright, thanks. The Battle Boars. The battle boars of Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal hunting grounds. They are trained to be malicious by the bristleback quill boars with whom we are at war. Go and slay the vile creatures and bring back some snouts and flanks so that we can make stew for our young. Damn, that's kind of a hardcore request. Kill our enemy and bring back their body parts for us to feast upon. Yeah, Tauren are peaceful, but not always that peaceful. This is some non-peaceful behavior right here. Alright, he wants me to kill battle boar. I guess the battle boars are like the, yeah, I guess technically the battle boars aren't like the humanoids, like those are the quill boars. Battle boars are the actual boar guys, but still, kind of a hardcore request. Also, nomadic vest, that's pretty good. And, oh, more quests as well. Bristleback aggression. The quill boar activity in the Brambleblade Ravine has been increasing lately. We suspect that they're preparing for an attack on Camp Narache. Go to the ravine and thin their numbers. They fight without honor and deserve none. Alright, so kill 6 bristleback quill boars and 4 bristleback shamans. Get some pants for that. Very good. Brave Windfeather. May you rest easy, young one. The Earth Mother watches over all Mulgore's children, and we braves stand ever vigilant. Snowmantle, I have heard of you, newcomer. Perhaps it is you that will help us where others have failed. We Tauren have carved a home out of this land, but not without a cost. The bristleback quill boars of Brambleblade Ravine, led by Chief Sharptusk Thornmantle, have made our lives difficult with their continued war against us. I charge you to bring me the chief's head. He will be found in the ravine to the east of their makeshift village. Alright, bring the head of Chief Sharptusk Thornmantle to Brave Windfeather in Red Cloud Mesa. And then Preventative Strike. Aside from Sharptusk, there is another threat among the bristleback that cannot go unaddressed. Our scouts have reported a strategist among the quillboars, hidden away in a cave in Brambleblade Ravine, and devising attacks against our people. The quillboars are a vicious foe enough, without having carefully laid plans against Mulgore. All the more reason this tactician cannot be allowed to live. Go, find this cunning bristleback, put him down, and bring back proof of his demise. If possible, be vigilant of any documents that may give us insight on the sort of tactics and knowledge the quillboar have been developing. Alright, find the strategist of the bristleborn hidden in the ravine, slay the quillboar, and bring back proof of the kill. With a quest objective this detailed, I'm pretty sure this might actually be a Turtle WoW edition, although I'm not sure. Ooh, a cape reward, that makes me think Turtle WoW edition, but oh my gosh, look at the little Tauren rotation shuffle. That's funny. Okay. Any other quests in here before we get going? I don't think so, but good to check. Let us go and sell our goods, and then head down to do the trial of, what was it, strength? Rite of strength, yeah. Alright, oh, let's actually equip these braziers as well. Good stuff. Alright, now we could buy ourselves a short staff, and I think it might be a good idea, because we do seem to be in melee quite a bit, so let's do just that. That is a worthwhile expenditure, I think. Okay, not the best weapon in the world, but better than... It's probably more damage than just unarmed, so I will go for that. Right, we could also spend more of our money on possibly some armor. We can't get very much, but we could get something. And we have a couple things we could get. For example, some chest armor. I think it might be because we have enough to buy one of these things, and I think we should look and see what would give us the biggest armor boost. So this would be 30 armor. This should be just 29 armor. We don't have any legs right now. Same amount, 23 armor, 21 armor. So getting the chest thing would be the most efficient. This would reveal our pantsless situation, but we're going for the meta build here, not the aesthetically pleasing build at this point in the game. And let me look and see at the quest to see when I get a chest armor reward. It's from doing this one here. Getting the extra armor now before going into the bristleback area is probably the smart move. Maybe it's a little overcautious, but I've got the money for it right now. I think it is worthwhile to go for this, to be fully honest. All right, the cursed outfit has been revealed here. This is the true druid drip right here. All right, this will have to do. Sorry, everybody. We are going. Let's just say that the cow is going full cow. Okay. Shut up. There was a joke in there somewhere. I was trying to do like a go in full moon, then I thought, wait, cows and moons aren't related. What am I thinking about? Alright. We're wearing a very tight loincloth, and that is the extent of my commentary on that. Now to figure out, can I cut this part out of the video? Maybe. I'll try my best. If you're hearing this part in the main video, I couldn't figure out how to cut. Here we are, Seer Greytongue. Chief Hawkwind sent you. Embarking on the rites of the Earth Mother is no small task. The rites of the Earth Mother are the steps a young Tauren needs to take to gain respect in Thunderbluff. First, you must pass the Rite of Strength. In this test, you must prove your bravery by slaying enemies of the tribe. Bristlebacks of Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal lands. They ambush our hunting parties and steal from the village by dark. Show your valor by slaying these villains and return to the chief in Camp Narache with their belts as proof of your deeds. Okay, so good thing I came here first. This quest overlaps with the other quests. So, let's throw these on the thing here. Put them all on, okay, that's pretty good. Alright, wish I had some more things to put on, namely pants, but this will have to do for now. These are all going to... What am I doing? Why am I trying to do that right there? These are all going to be in the same area over here, presumably. So we have to find Chief Sharptusk and also Squealer Thornmantle. That should be fine. And kill a bunch of quill boars and battle boars, and also get the belts from presumably the quill boars. So 5 quests in one area. That's some good quest concentration, to be sure. Alright, on we go. I will see you guys again in about 20 minutes when I arrive at this location. I don't know why this area has to be so huge, but it is. So the journey resumes, I should say. Hold on. That's the wrong spell. Oh my gosh, these guys take very little damage. I got the staff. Oh no. That respawn there might have actually been a problem. Oh my gosh. Don't resist my wraths, please. I beseech you. I implore you. I entreat you. Nary, I doth protest. Alright. Oh, come on. Resisting my wrath? Never. Alright, battle begins. Wait for another attack. Oh, wrath. Having the little bar there, although it takes up a lot of space, it is actually useful to visualize the speed of my attacks, because they're very slow attacks. So having the visual is kind of handy. Are there battle boars mixed in here, is my question. I don't know. I think so, which means I can stay in this area and get all my quests done at once, which would be ideal. Alright, let's head back this direction, see what we can find. This area is very jaggedy in terms of terrain, which I guess is the idea. I don't like how few people are here. This looks like a recently cleared area, which is dangerous to move through flippantly, because the respawns could come right on top of me. Alright, here we go. Bristleback Quill Boar, let's begin. How much nature resistance do these guys have? Infinite? Taking so little damage. Alright, come on. Okay. So far so good. I suspect these boss guys are going to be in the backs, like over there. Yeah, there's Sharptusk. That's good. We found him at least.
not enough mana.
Alright, great. Yeah, resist my attacks, why don't you? Doesn't hurt my feelings or anything like that. No, why would it do that? Why am I wrathing here? I should just be attacking. Goofy actions. Oh my gosh, the concentration over here. Holy crap. Alright, let's move carefully. At least we're not going to run out of mobs to kill at this given time. Let's try to stay on the outskirts if possible to avoid the respawns stacking up. That could be bad. Wait for a melee attack and then wrath up. That's the way to do it. Maximized approach there. Maybe I should have gotten to level 4 first before I came in here. That might have been a smart idea. Hold on, let me group with this guy. If he allows it. He said no? Really? Okay. Well, that's not the best idea. If he's about to fight that boss. Come on, Tauren Druid. Get it together. Come on, I know you want to join with me. Join the winning team. No? Okay, fine. I won't bother him anymore. See how close to me that respawn was, by the way? It's a serious problem. That's half my health right there as well from this one spellcaster. Alright. Let us move around here. What about the shaman? Maybe he'll join my group? I think he's inviting me. Or not. Okay, never mind. I guess he won't invite me. Well, that is his loss, because I am great. He says, with clear confidence and no hint of self-consciousness whatsoever. Can I group with this guy? Oh, I can group with this guy. Hey, look at that. Alright, now I feel a bit more confident about this area. Yeah, even though I'm playing this playthrough solo in the sense that I don't have a regular duo partner, I'm still going to group with other hardcore players when I see them, because doing all of the content in this game always solo sounds miserable and also not super feasible a lot of the time, so I will group situationally for these harder areas. That's how this game was designed, to be fully honest, so no shame at all about that. This Bad Labor is about to get... Oh, he was targeting that guy. Whoops! You know what? I'm going to do that just to make up for my mishap, to help us out. Okay. Oh my gosh, so many quest items. Oh, here we go.
I don't have a target.
Oh, let me join him. I should have a macro for assist. That's probably the smart move. But I did not have that set up, so... We didn't pull the shaman? Really? That's questionable. I guess we'll pull him now, but that's... Not that I'm upset to not pull someone, but I feel like that's a... That should have probably been a pull, in fairness. Alright, let's head out this direction. I'll try to pull this guy this direction. I don't need any more Quillbore. Come this way, my dude. Yep, there he is. Okay, I thought he might be up here. I think Shaman the guy is going to come over to me. Once I kill this guy, I can probably get the rest even on my own if the Shaman doesn't want to help me, which I'm not going to break up the party unless there's any reason to. He's ready to go. He's in position. Oh, alright, respawn is imminent. There's the plans there as well. I'm going to grab these really quick. Come on. There we go. That starts a quest. Oh my gosh, he's going to get killed by all these guys. Alright, I'll come help him out. We're doing 2 polls? What is this? This is not the world's most organized group, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Yes, go back up this direction. Yes, my dude. What is this, like, squealer guy have like a 10-minute respawn timer? What is this? How come every mob has like a 30-second respawn timer, then this one guy has an 8-minute respawn timer or something like that? I guess we better tag him when he gets here. I don't want to miss him again. Oh no, we're gonna be... There's competition now for the tag.
They can't join
now. Oh no. This is not good. Oh no. Not like this. No. Please leave. Please leave. No, don't. He's mocking me. He's running around right where the guy spawns. I can't. He's in a group. He was talking to that guy. Okay, the respawn's behind us now. Alright, I'm coming right in here. Taking no chances for shenanigans. I'll tag him in melee if I have to. Snowmantle will not allow those of the pants-wearing variety to outdo him. He will prove them all that he is too cheeky to be beat, and I do literally mean too cheeky. Go one part. What was he saying? Oh my gosh. Yes! Alright. Mission accomplished. Wait, that's actually the shaman. We got the guy anyways, so... Okay. I thought that was the boss guy, but... Whatever. Shaman has been killed. And we got the druid in the party now. That's a Carl druid from earlier. So now he's accepted his rightful place as my underling. I mean, as my completely equal group member who I will not exploit at all for safety purposes. What is performing war? What is that, a macro? What's he doing? Does he have a war stomp? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Alright, this guy's going down. Alright, good stuff. Yes, now we just need more belts and stuff from the actual boars. I could gather the rest myself, but I may as well just stay in the group with this guy while he wants to stay group with me, just for safety. Sure, it's a little bit less exciting to do it in a group, but it's also safer, and if I die even once, the whole playthrough is done, so that seems like such a hassle. So I may as well just, you know, play it slow and steady, you know, play it safe. We'll have plenty of nail-biting moments later on when I don't have a group that I can be with, because there's going to be plenty of places later in the game where people aren't doing it. This is the starting zone, so there's a lot of people doing it. So I will not have access to powerful shaman friends to help me out in the future. So never fear if you're worried about that. Is he Hearthstoning? Oh my gosh, I think he's Hearthstoning. He's out of here. The moment I like started typing, he was done. Alright. What a legend. Wasted 0 seconds. The moment I like stopped to type, and he knew that I got my last belt, immediate Hearthstone. 0 hesitation. Alright. Well, I don't blame him. I would leave too. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna actually go south to that guy to turn in the quest down there. Now let's also open up the dirt-stained map as well. After carefully evaluating the map, you realize that what you discovered are the plans made by the Bristleback Warchief for an extended siege on Camp Narache. Surely, Chief Hawkwind could use this information. Bring the attack plans to Chief Hawkwind. If this had had an objective to do something in the Bristle Canyon, I would have, like, lost my mind. But we're fine. It's just to give them to the Chief. Whew, alright. Well, that went pretty well. Despite being a little under-leveled, and you get ready to hear me say that a lot throughout this playthrough. Yeah, being able to group with other hardcore players is super handy, but inconsistent, and so I never mind the fact that it makes the game so much easier, because this game is meant to be played in a group. Like, vanilla was designed for you to even play the overworld content in a group, you know, environment, So playing solo, even as a hybrid class like a hunter or druid, which are really designed for solo play, is still going to be a hard experience, even putting aside the hardcore challenge and the XP reduction. So I am happy to group up with random people whenever I get the chance. There's just no like preset. It's my quest is to bring the head back to the. What am I doing? It's literally I need to read the quest. Bring it to Chief Hawkwind. Yeah. Okay. At least these mistakes are just wasting my own time. And those of you watching the edited video, you don't even need to watch this part, because I'm going to be cutting it as I return to the camp once I get over this freaking log imminently here. Okay, here we are back at Camp Narache with enough quest XP. We're about to get to hopefully reach level 4. God, I hope. The size of this zone definitely doesn't help with the slowness of leveling. I'll sell that. Alright, perfect. Okay. Grill Hawkwind. The Battle Boars. The aggression of the Battle Boars is increasing. Have you sent them a clear message and brought back some of their snouts and flanks yet? Most excellent. These ingredients will make a fine stew, and the loss of those boars should be a fair lesson to those vile bristlebacks. Alright, level 4. There we go. Throw the nomadic vest on as well. Very good. And bristleback aggression. With heroes like you, we might even push them out of Mulgore. Take one, it's the least we can do. Finally some pants for Snowmantle. He is surely relieved about that. Good stuff. Yes. Armor is getting nice and high. More quests to turn in. Break Sharptusk. Sharptusk will trouble us no more once you have brought me proof of his death. It is his head that I seek, Snowmantle. We Tauren live for the hunt, and there is no greater hunt than against one that is cunning enough to perhaps hunt us back. If you are successful in this task, young one, you will start to learn what I mean. Justice has been served on this day by your swift actions, Snowmantle. Let this deed serve as a warning to all who would threaten our home. You have earned this reward to help us on your sojourn, young druid. Alright, throw these on. Every point of armor is felt in a playthrough like this. Predative Strike. Have you found anything, Snowmantle? Already I feel that our people are safer thanks to your decisive blow against the Bristlebacks, Snowmantle. Your actions speak highly of your dedication to protecting our tribe. May the Earth Mother guide your path. Alright, so which one of these is more valuable? Can I see that? I cannot see that. I'm going to guess the gun is more valuable, but I don't know for sure. Throw the cloak on. Oh yeah, look at that. And then let's head over to the chief himself to get the last, maybe even level 5 from this. Ooh, we shall see. Rite of Strength. Have you completed the Rite of Strength, Snowmantle? I require proof of your valor against the enemy of our tribe, the Bristlebacks. You have passed the first test on the rights of the Earth Mother. The tribe will be proud. Alright, Elder's Cane. That is, I believe, an upgrade. I wish I could see, but I have to check manually. 2 damage per second. 2.6, yep, that is an upgrade. Level 5, alright, look at that. Tap on Camp Narache. You have a look of concern about you, Snowmantle. What news do you bring? This is quite alarming indeed, but with this information we can call on our brethren from Bloodhoof Village to help thwart the attack. You have saved the lives of many Tauren, Snowmantle. Alright. Rites of the Earth Mother. For you to continue with the rites of the Earth Mother, you must pass 2 more tests. It is time for you to broaden your experiences, Snowmantle. Travel to Bloodhoof Village and seek out the chief, Bane Bloodhoof, son of Cairn. There you may continue your journey and earn the acceptance of the Elders of Thunderbluff. Take this totem to Bane. He will recognize my carvings and help you on your path. Follow the road out of Camp Narache and travel with haste. Do not stray or you will lose your way. Take the totem of Hawkwind to Bane Bloodhoof. Alright, we are just about done with the tutorial section of Mulgore. Very good. We will train the rest of our skills in just a second, but first, let's sell 16 copper. The other thing may have been more valuable, but who knows. On 33 versus 33, yeah. That's an upgrade for sure. Okay, good stuff. And then, level 4 spells available for me. Moonfire and Rejuvenation. Alright. We have just enough, perfect. Not exactly rolling in money, but 1 silver isn't the worst, given that we're kitted out pretty well. Okay, Moonfire, let's see. Burn the enemy for 7 to 10 arcane damage, and then an additional 12 arcane damage over 9 seconds. This is probably going to go Shift, front mouse, and then Rejuvenation I'll put on probably Shift 1. Well, I'll put that on 2, I think, actually. Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. Okay. I may change that later. Alright, now we just have to head to Bloodhoof Village. I think we're just going to go straight there. I think I'll wrap up the video once we get to Bloodhoof Village, and we'll start the next one with the middle areas of Mulgore, as opposed to just the southern area. So, the journey resumes. Alright, we've got a quest on our way out of Red Cloud Mesa. Let's see exactly what she has to say. On to our follow. A task unfinished. Snowmantle, please, I beg of you, can you help me? I've not finished my tasks here on the mesa. I'm in the middle of my rite of strength, and my father asked me to deliver these furs to the inn in Bloodhoof. I'm far from rested enough to complete both my rite and this task for my father. Would you mind going on for me? The inn is pleasant and a perfect place to rest during your long travels. I'm sure you'll agree once you see it. Alright, we will happily do that. Off we go. Into Mulgore. And now that we're entering Mulgore itself, I think I'll include this part in the video as I get to explore the southernmost parts of Mulgore. Mulgore is just really relaxing. I mean, it's not necessarily super different from other starting zones, but it just has a certain vibe to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around this guy. I'm going to actually attack this guy, just to be safe. What does this do? Strength and agility. Okay, that's fine. Oh my gosh. This guy's like actually kind of a tough fight. I guess he's level 6 to be fair. Stringy wolf meat, I'm gonna save that. I plan to do cooking, fishing, and first aid on this character, just for additional survivability. But of course I get to cut that out of the final video. Not me saying that, but I can cut out those the grinding for those professions out of the final video. Check out the unlisted video in the description if you want to watch all of the cooking ingredient grinding I'll have to do throughout the playthrough. But it will be worth it in the end to do all that extra work. Definitely so. Here we are, Bloodhoof Village. The relative center of Mulgore. Let's go ahead and make our introductions to Bane Bloodhoof. You may recognize him from the retail game. He's in a bit of a different position by that point, but here he is the leader of the village. The land must be good to our people, Druid. We must be thankful for our good fortunes. What brings you to my village, Druid? Word from my good friend, Chief Hawkwind. Ah, I see by his carvings you are of a special breed. Alright, before we take on that quest, let's head into the inn and set our Hearthstone and also talk to the innkeeper. First aid trainer right here, that's perfect. Innkeeper Quath. As the wind on the plains, you are always welcome here. Yes, young one, what can Quath do for you? The journey here from the mesa can be a tremendous burden for some, but a welcome sight for others. Which is it for you, I wonder? Ah, the furs I was expecting. Thank you. These came faster than I had expected. They will make good blankets for anyone who wishes to stay here. Please feel free to stay as long as you like. My inn is always open, and all of our people are welcome here. And don't underestimate a good night's rest. It can make a great difference while you're out traveling. I'm getting the water, for sure. And setting my Hearthstone here. That's going to be it for this first episode of the Snowmantle playthrough. Hopefully all of you are enjoying this new series and are liking how it's going so far. Definitely a bit of a different vibe than the Snubby playthrough, just because I have a different mod set up, and I feel a bit more familiar now with old WoW. Snubby playthrough was pretty soon after I started playing around on this private server, and now I feel a bit more experienced, so a bit less jumpy at everything. And I think Druid is a bit stronger early on, but that feeling of strength has its definite limits. We're already encountering some enemies that seem to be surprisingly strong. So, the hardcore adventure for Snowmantle is just beginning, but there's a long way ahead, and I'm very, very excited to share that journey with all of you. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.